The best of money matters. Wealth Tracker.
Welcome to the Wealth Tracker, where we dive into the uncharted territories of niche investment strategies that promise to redefine wealth. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Now, it's International Women's Day tomorrow, and what better way to celebrate women by featuring women in finance? We're at the edge of a revolution where women are no longer just participants in finance. They are the architects of its future. For far too long, the world of investing, banking, and wealth management has been dominated by a male-centric view of power and success. But times are changing. Women are stepping up into the spotlight, wielding their financial acumen, redefining risk, and taking control of their wealth and futures like never before. The narrative of finance is being rewritten, and women are leading the charge. In fact, are they really better investors than men? Well, to find out more about being a woman in finance and how she's come out on top, she's also known as the Wolf of Raffles Place. So joining me now is Liyann, Seet, who is the CEO of Yacht, Luxe, and hedge fund manager at Sunova Capital and fashion and lifestyle influencer. Liyann, welcome back to the show.
Thank you much, Hongbin. It's great to see you here again.
It's great to have you on again. Okay, Liyann, last time we had you on the show, you told us about a bet you've made with another male colleague on who would be, able to grow their portfolios greater. And obviously you've won. I mean, you're Liyann. So Liyann, with, finance traditionally being a male-dominated industry, how did you come out on top?
So I think in everything in life, to come out on top, you need to be the best in your field, which means to say that you need to master your craft and make sure you're the best of it, putting in the hours, working smart, and just grinding it through. That's how you come out on top.
All right. Well, did you always, did you study finance? Did you always know that you wanted to be in finance? How did you gain your knowledge in this finance industry?
Yeah, so I actually did a 4-year degree in finance at Singapore Management University. I also joined an investment club called Smith, Student Management Investment Firm, whereby we actually manage money on a portfolio.
Okay.
After that, I actually have 12 years of finance career, all the way from real estate to hedge funds to private equity and investment banking as well.
I see. Okay. So let's take it back a bit as well. How did you get started? How did you come to a realization, I can do so much better than all of these men in this finance industry?
Okay, so maybe a little background. I actually played contact rugby and touch rugby since I was 13. And where we are is that our coaches always had men to train with us. So I was the right winger in the rugby field. And where we are is that you are selected based on your speed. So he would put us on the field and we actually have to do like a speed test or run. And I always outrun 80% of the men.
Wow.
And I was the fastest girl. So that's when I realized, hey, genetically they are stronger than us, but everyone have their own talents. And actually what happened is that you can beat people based on your own talent. Doesn't matter whether you're a man or woman, as long as you're good at something, you have to identify it and be good at it.
Right.
So subsequently, I joined the finance industry and is heavily involved in investing. So through competitions like portfolio investing, competing and see who has a better return on portfolio, I realized that I'm really talented at investing. I can spot companies, buy them at cheap, sell them at high, realize these investments. And I realized this is my talent, and that's where I start to hone my skills to get better at it.
Okay, so do you put on a game mindset every time you're, during this competition with other men in finance?
It's always game time every day. The markets never sleeps.
Right, I see. Well, are there, particular barriers or biases that women investors or finance professionals face when trying to access capital or influence decision-making? How can the industry address these challenges?
So statistically, according to Bloomberg, what happened is that there are only 10% of women in the hedge fund industry. And in the venture capital industry, whereby women are actually investment partners, there are only less than 11% of women in these senior position roles. And then when we look at female entrepreneurs, only less than 2% of women who are in this tech startup get access to capital from this VC allocation.
Okay.
So when we look at this industry, we'll look, women really do not have much access to capital. They are not in senior positions in these roles. But what happened is that the industry says, okay, then let's have a diversity higher. We need to have more women in leadership position, more women in finance. As a result, the company would say, okay, we will give a quota of maybe out of 100 hires, 10 hires will go to women. But this is not good, and it actually discredits us, the 10% of women in finance. Because when I enter into a fund or a finance house, they will say, oh, hi, you're here because you're a diversity hire. You're not here based on merit. So how I understand that the industry wants to help women, but how they are trying to help is actually setting us back. And where I actually feel what should have been done is people should come into finance based on merit first. Because you are good at what you do, the industry accepts you, not because you are a woman. Then the industry gives a handicap for you to be in it.
I see.
Yes.
I see. So in your opinion, do women bring unique perspectives to financial decision making? How might the, traditional finance sector benefit from having more female representation at the leadership level?
So women have a good plus point, like you and I. We have strong gut instinct. We tend to be more careful and cautious, and we tend to take more long-term views when it comes to things. So with this attitude, we also take it in terms of into our investment strategies. So I think we can hold out for like a 10-year long cycle before we actually look at our investment coming to light on board. But I think it's a blanket statement to say all women are very cautious and like we are not like F1 drivers, because there are men as well who are very risk adverse, and they also take a long-term horizon view on things. So it really depends on the investor itself.
I see. Well, as a woman in finance, do you approach investing differently from your male counterparts? I mean, is there a so-called female approach to investing?
So I personally really feel that investing, it's colorblind. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or woman. The market is brutal. At the end of the day, whether you're a good investor depends on whether you are visionary, you have good discipline, and you're able to spot market opportunities whether you're in. So for example, Tesla now it's trading at $280 USD. Does it mean if I'm a woman, I can buy Tesla at $200? Or if you're a man, you can buy it at $300?
Right.
The market doesn't discriminate how much we pay it for. Just like if you're black or white, you pay the same price of it. At the end of the day, it's all results and performance that matter. It does not discriminate.
Right. Well, research suggests that women tend to be more risk adverse, as you mentioned, in investing compared to men. So do you agree with this trend? And if so, what do you think drives it? I mean, are you more risk adverse? What are your characteristics that you think that kind of plays out in your investment styles?
Yeah, so I think taking calculated risk is very important. Women, I think, tend to do more due diligence on deal. If they look at an investment deal or things that they want to invest in, I think we would actually be more cautious, go out there, pay due diligence, find out what is true, what is not true before making an informed decision. And that's actually a good plus point as a woman. And it also gives us a positive upside and advantage.
I see. So what do you think are some of the key factors that, contribute to women's lower participation in investing? And what do you think can be done to encourage more women to kind of take an active role in managing their own finances or take up, finance roles?
So I think culturally, men is seen as the sole breadwinner of the family, and women is seen more of the supporting role, whereby they're the wives and take care of the kids. So as a result, the men are the one who manages the finances in terms of maybe purchasing a property, investing the funds away. But I think in this day and age, when it's 21st century, I feel like the husband and wife have to work collectively as a team to build finances together for like a better future for themselves and their kids. It's no longer solely the man's responsibility of the finances, but it's more like a teamwork of a joint venture to grow the wealth. So as a result, I feel that women should actually take ownership of their finances, learn how to grow it. So, and also, let's say if you're in a toxic marriage or relationship, when you know how to invest and you're good with your finances, you can leave this toxic relationship easily. Or let's say if you're a single woman, you can just live your best life, spend money, grow your wealth, however you are. But the key that comes to freedom is knowing how to manage your finances and investing well.
I see. Well, then, how do you kind of balance traditional financial strategies with the focus on values or socially responsible investing, a trend that has gained momentum among female investors?
So traditionally, at the early days of investing, investors always thought, when we make an investment into a company, it's only for profit. It's not mutually exclusive with doing good for the world. But however, we come to realize that it's not mutually exclusive, that you can invest in good companies and also have good financial returns. So for example, with the dollar that you have, you can invest it in marijuana, which is weed companies that are listed in the stock market exchange. Or you could invest it into EV companies companies like Tesla, things that are driving the EV space. So everyone, not only money managers, you yourself as an investor, have a part to play in shaping the world. So if we as investors decide, okay, we're going to bet and support weed company, we're going to see more drug dealers and kids on drugs on the streets. And the economy and the world is going to disintegrate.
Right.
But if we use the dollar and we invest in good companies with good environmental, social, and good governance, for example, in the case of EV companies, there's going to lessen a lot of cars on the roads and more of them using clean energy. And we push the boundaries of things beyond a better future. So I feel like it's very important that when, as investors, we have this knowledge and education on where we want to park our money.
I see. So on that note, why do you think more women should invest? And what kind of advice would you give to other females out there who haven't gotten the courage to start investing just yet?
So imagine a time where you go to bed and when you wake up and when you are sleeping, the company that you invested to actually gone up in value and you also get dividend from it.
Right.
And also when you invest into a property, the tenant pays you their rental every month. So every single month you have new cash stacked on your table. And on top of that, 5 to 10 years later, the property goes up in value. Maybe you bought it at $1 million, it goes up to 2 million or 3 million. So the only one of the smart ways in life is that you don't have to work and the money is working for you. So as a woman, if you want to play smart and be lazy, make an investment. The money is rolling. You have freedom of your time to do whatever you want with your life. And that's why I strongly feel to invest in. So for example, what I would encourage women to look into, they could look into investing into the stock market. Because when they invest into stock market, they're buying a piece and ownership of a company.
Right.
So assuming the company is $1 billion valuation today, maybe 10 years down the road, it's valued at 10 billion. The ownership of where the company grows in value, and they also earn dividend in terms of some stock dividend company that they get on board. Then in the case of property, they get tenant rental every month. So it's like a passive income for them. And when the price of the real estate increase over the years, they can sell it off and realize this capital appreciation. So there are also a lot of other different asset classes in terms of ETFs, cryptocurrency that they can look into. But the most important thing is to get started and really learn to invest, because experience counts in investing on board. So if you don't start, you will never gain the experience on board.
Right, it's the idea of the first step, right? So, if there's one thing that other women can learn from you, Liyann, to become a key figure in the financial industry, what would it be?
So I always feel that the competition, it's never you versus men or you versus your female competitor or you versus anyone else. It's always you against you. So it's me, my 33-year-old self versus me, my 23-year-old self. So when I was 23 and I first started off, I only knew how to invest in stock market, and it's just a Singapore stock market and only in bonds. But then 10 years later, I was like, I don't stop. Every day I want to build myself to be the better and best version of myself. I go out there, I learn how to invest in startups. I learn how to invest in private equity deals. I understand how cryptocurrency works. I understand how to buy land, how to buy real estate. So 33 years old me now is so much stronger and knowledgeable than the girl I was 10 years ago. So my advice is keep going forward, build the best version. So next time in the next 10 years, the 43-year-old me will be stronger, richer, and smarter than where I am sitting today now.
Wow, that's amazing. And before we let you go here, Liyann, I mean, there have been a lot of studies done where it proved that women are better investors than men. What do you think? Do you agree?
I'm going to do my father, my brothers, and my mentors dirty if I say that we are better investors than men. So the men in the finance industry, at least 80% of them have been great mentors to me and good teammates and subordinate to them. Some of them are better investors than I am. At the same time, some of them are weaker investors. But as previously mentioned, the finance world, it's gender blind. It doesn't matter whether you're a woman or man. It's whether you have the skill sets and merit to be a good investor. Yeah, and so I hope the industry and the financial markets will reward you based on how good you are, not on your gender.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Liyann, for joining me today.
Thanks, Hongbin.
Thank you. That was Liyann Seet, who is the CEO of Yacht, Luxe and a hedge fund manager at Sunova Capital and fashion and lifestyle influencer. This has been the Wealth Tracker with me, Hongbin Jeong.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.